Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of TechTalks here at UNC Blue Sky Innovations. My name is Ethan Clark, and I'm an Innovation Fellow here at the lab. And today I'm joined by Stephen King, the Chief Innovation Officer here at the lab. Thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Of course. So today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, the business application of robotic arms. So first, Stephen, could you tell us a little bit about the history of robotic arms and how they initially changed the manufacturing industry?
Well, robotic arms have been very helpful for manufacturing. They've been around since the 1960s, and essentially these arms have been able to make and mimic human movements, but they're much stronger and can actually move very heavy devices. So instead of having to have multiple people to move something in manufacturing, you saw it being able to move from one place to the other. And that was the basic start of it. But then it evolved to being able to put a tool at the end of that robotic arm. So essentially any power tool or thing you need, you could put that on an arm, and it really did. The problem was they were just so expensive. And so throughout manufacturing, it was, these were hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars for some of these robotic arms that are used in like automobile manufacturing, for example. But today, that's starting to come down significantly, and now we're having what we say is an affordable arm, which is probably between $10,000 and $20,000, that now enables it for manufacturing in small businesses.
Gotcha. So how will the use of robotic arms begin to expand in more diverse industries, and what sort of barriers might these industries face when they implement these new technologies?
So after manufacturing, when the robotic arms got more precise, we saw essentially robotics in medical. That's a huge one, and it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to advance. But I'm also think you're going to see this in a lot of the agriculture side of things. You're going to see it in some like shipping and receiving and small businesses that way. And so it's just going to continue to think anything that someone's doing a repetitive task, I think those can be seen as potential for having a robotic arm to do that faster and more efficiently.
So what kinds of emerging technologies are most closely linked to the advancement of these robotic arms?
So we think about AI empowering a lot of new technologies and things. It can do the same with robotic arms. So here in the lab, we're doing a lot with reinforcement learning to actually teach these robotic arms to kind of make decisions on their own, which is dependent upon computer vision, which is basically cameras and the way that computers interpret the world around them. And so we're using computer vision to do that, combining that with AI, machine learning, reinforcement learning. So each one of these different AI methods or training methods have significant impact on what the robotic arms can do.
Gotcha. And then do you think that any business owner could benefit from using a robotic arm? And then how might this technology affect the workforce as a whole?
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that any business owner, but those business owners who are dealing with physical products, probably. There's probably a lot of things that this can help with. And so it's really about kind of backing up and looking at all of your supply chain concepts, looking at all of your manufacturing processes, looking at any physical process, the shipping and receiving and picking and placing and warehouse work. There's a lot of things where you can see value in automation. And so if you can take those automated processes and increase your business, make it more efficient, then that can have significant impact on your bottom line.
What are some other important considerations in the face of general mistrust of machines among many humans in general?
Well, I think there's always going to be this fear that AI or robotics will take human jobs. And I think that is a concern, and we always need to think about that, especially from a society's perspective. If you think about autonomous vehicles, and so many people make money as delivery drivers, that's going to be a significant impact on our economy. So if we look specifically kind of what we're talking about now is like robotic arms, there could be jobs that are replaced by that, and I think that is a concern. But right now we have a problem for these small business owners is they can't find people to do the jobs. They can't hire them. So I read a statistic the other day that 80% of small business owners in manufacturing have open positions that they cannot fill. And a lot of that has to do with baby boomers who are retiring, and you have kind of several other reasons and factors, but essentially these robotic arms could be able to help them solve that problem. So yes, we need to think about replacement of jobs, but maybe that's not the only concern. With any technology, we always want to look at what are the ethical implications, what could happen. So with a physical robot, we also have to be very careful about other people involved in that environment, and so we don't want the robot to hurt anyone, right? And so that's a concern. But then also, like, what are those robots going to do when they're not working or when they go bad? Do you have the ability to fix them and update them and maintain the security of them? And so we do want to think about those as we do with any technology.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was great to learn more about this exciting topic. Make sure to follow our socials and look out for the next Tech Talk. Thank you all for watching.